Hello, good morning. Welcome back to another vlog. I was just saying to my editor, the little blip that I shared with her before this video, before I kicked it off, it's been almost a month. Today is January 17th and the last day I vlogged was December 20th, which after vlogging every single day in December, it's a long break. So we're gonna see how today goes. And truthfully, I've been putting off this vlog. It has been in my calendar, like on my Google Cal, on my planner to film basically every week since I've gotten back from Chicago. And I finally kept putting it off and I kept putting it off. And finally, like today's like literally the last possible day that I could film it and have my editor edit it for it to go up on the day I want it to go up. So here we are. I'm filming today. There is really nothing special going on today, but I need to get to it. And I think one of the reasons, or like at least one of the things that have been holding me back, I think one of them was I needed a break. The week I took for Christmas, I thought was gonna be enough of a break and I was gonna be able to come back and jump right in. And that was not the case, obviously. I think one of the other reasons is that my new year has not started necessarily the way that I had planned, or at least it hasn't felt like it. Like, and I'll show you my goal tracker a little bit later and we can talk about it, but on paper, it looks like I'm making progress, and I am making progress on my goals and like the things on the piece of paper, but I haven't been feeling quite as excited or motivated or like refreshed as I feel like I normally do this time of year. And I do think in large part that is driven by the fact that we are moving. I don't know if it's gonna be able to focus on the numbers back there. 6 weeks from today, we are getting in a rent car and driving, me and Sam, my husband, and Charlie, my cat, are driving from New York City, where we live now, to Chicago to move there, to live there for the foreseeable future. I mean, we have no plans to leave, never say never, who knows where our lives will take us, but as of right now, our plans to settle there and stay there. So that's a massive life change. Like even when I moved to New York, I hit 10 years in New York 2 weeks ago. Last week I hit 10, it was my like 10 year since I started my full-time, my corporate job that I worked. But 2 weeks ago, I hit 10 years in New York City. I actually got a tattoo for that. If you watch Vlogmas, I talked about the tattoo I got for my Mima. That was the first one. I always knew that was gonna be the first one, and I had been planning it for a long time. And then in that same session though, I did get one for New York to mark 10 years in New York. And I shared that on Instagram on my 10-year anniversary. So that's a big life change. And I think that I just feel like we're in limbo until we get to Chicago. And so while I am making progress and I am doing things, like I don't feel like my year can really start until we get there. And I'm not like concerned or anything. I think it just feels different than normally I feel in January. Normally I'm a huge like, January, this is the best, it's a fresh start, I'm so excited. And I just haven't been feeling that. And that's okay. Hopefully I'll feel that when we get to March. And my birthday is also in March, and I know some of you have shared before that you use like your birthday as your fresh start, so I'm kind of excited for that as well. Anyways, let's get back to the day. I'm kind of in the middle of my morning routine. I just wanted to kick this video off, so I'm gonna finish it up and then we will plan out today. All right, before we get into planning out the day, I actually have to plan out the week. So yes, it is Tuesday. Normally, I'd like to do this process on Sundays, but this weekend we had a lot of miscellaneous things going on and the weekend got away from me. And so then normally I would do it on Mondays, but I still wasn't feeling 100% yesterday. And so I kind of took it easy. I did the few work things that I absolutely had to do that were like I needed to use the energy that I had on those work things, and then spent the rest of the workday like working from the couch. So I did plan out my week yesterday in my Google Cal from the couch, but now I'm actually transferring it to my weekly planning pad, which this product is mine. This is something that I created. I will say though, the plan that I made yesterday sitting on the couch, I've already changed it up this morning. I'd originally planned that I was gonna film, besides this vlog, I have one other January video to film, which is also not my norm. Normally I like to have all my videos filmed for the month in advance. I batch film, but I didn't really do that this month, just coming off of Vlogmas. It was hard to plan all that out. So I have one more video to film for January, and so I was gonna get ready for the day and film that today. But two things. One, my hair is in desperate need of being washed, and I didn't do it last night after the Cowboys game. So I would have to be filming that video with like either really dirty hair, or I'd have to wash it this morning, and then by the time it dries, I've talked about this before, I don't like blow drying my hair. My hair is very thick. I like to let it air dry. So I just decided to go ahead and push that piece, like the filming stuff, to tomorrow, which makes more sense because I am getting ready for the live anyways. I'm filming both the video and then an update for Patreon, like the changes to Patreon. So I already went ahead and moved some things around, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of my week planned out. I almost don't even wanna put Tuesday down because it really is kind of silly and repetitive. And like, what's the point of having it on there? Yeah, I'm actually not. I'm gonna leave Monday and Tuesday blank. That's just what we're gonna do. Before I start writing things down, right now, my AM routine, I'm trying to get up at 6 to do my AM routine, and I'm doing it from 6 to 8. So I'm starting to schedule things starting at 8. So there's 2 things that I wanna do before the live that will take like this whole time, but it's to film those 2 videos I just talked about, and then also some more behind the scenes work for Patreon. This Papermate flare is definitely smushed down and is very thick. And then we have the live, which is at 1. Like, those 2 things should take me most of the morning. And then after the live, normally I try to do the recap right away, but I have a call from 2:30 to 3:30. So then after that call, I'm gonna, what time? And then I have a coaching call at 4, it's at 4:45. Yeah, do this. So I'm gonna squeeze in the recap of the live and then my communication routine right after that. And then I have a coaching call at 4:45, and then I immediately am going to like leave and go I have an event on Wednesday night that I'm so excited about. By the time this video goes up, it will have already passed, so I'm not gonna go on and on about it, but I'm super excited about that. Then on Thursday, I have, again, 2 kind of things I want to work on in the morning. One is content planning for February, and then the next one is the like final workshop stuff, like going through my talking points. You'll see on today's plan, I'm gonna finish up all the like the handouts and all that kind of stuff today, but that I'll do Thursday morning. And then I have a call at 12, and then another one at 12:45. And then after that, I need to do my communication routine and plan for the week. And then I'm leaving a little bit of buffer room on Thursday in case like some of the stuff from earlier in the week doesn't get done. And then I have a side to-do list of things I'd like to do if I can get around to it, but we'll see. The workshop takes priority this week. And then I'm having dinner with a friend on Thursday night. All right, moving on to Friday. Friday is, as always, is my catch-all day, so I don't have anything set scheduled there. It's gonna be kind of to catch up, but I definitely am gonna have to do some workshop stuff. You know what I'll do? I'll just go and draw an arrow. Like, actually going to pick up the copies of the handout, wine for the reception, like those kinds of things. I'm saving for Friday. So I'm just gonna go ahead and draw the arrow there, and then I'll plan Friday when it gets here. And then Saturday, we actually have the workshop. So, well, it starts at 1. Obviously, I'm gonna be there much earlier than that. I also, why did I like right into Sunday? Y'all, I am a little bit, like I said in the intro, I'm feeling a little bit all over the place. So that is from 1 to 4. And then the rest of my weekend, y'all, is just football. We got football on Saturday all the way into the evening. And then I think, is the first Sunday game at like 3? I think so. I think they're at like 3 and 6. I could be making that up. That's basically the rest of my weekend. And then obviously there's some personal things around here on like Friday and Sunday, like some of my weekly personal things, packing, etc. But that is the bones of my week. So let's go ahead and switch out to, where's my, okay, I had to go hunt for this because it was hiding for me. All right, so this is the daily notepad. I am really enjoying just using my own products. I mean, I created them literally to be perfect for me, and it has really turned out that way. So today is Tuesday. We'll go ahead and draw lines here. I do like adding this pop of color. I remember in Vlogmas about how I was thinking, kind of wish I had added shading there, but I know a lot of you had said like, no, don't do that. And I like that I can add that pop of color. So this is work, personal, and tomorrow. So first things first, I started my AM routine at about 8. It is taking me a little bit longer just because of, you know, I filmed the intro and got the camera all set up, and then filming both the weekly and then filming the daily. It takes me longer to film this than it would to just do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw the arrow until about 10:30, just giving myself a little bit of extra time. Even though in Routinery, which is the app I use right now to track routines, I only have it set for 2 hours. And then there's 5 things on my list that I want to get to today. 4, 5. I've talked about this before, how I don't like in my Google Cal, I've estimated how long all these things are going to take, and I've put them like in an order just to have them mapped out to know that I'm being realistic for the day. But when I put it down on my planner, if I were to put that I'm going to work on something from 10:30 to 11 and the next thing from 11 to 12:30, and then if I get behind, instead of like, and I know this is a total mental, like a mindset, mental shift, but if I get behind, I say I'm gonna do something from 10:30 to 11, and then it takes me a little bit longer, I get frustrated that everything is pushed back, and it makes it harder for me to keep going, truthfully. But if I do it this way, even if I don't get to that last thing because things take longer than I expected, it works better for me. And sometimes things take less time than expected and I can immediately move on. Where if I say something was gonna go from 10:30 to 11:30 and it only takes me 30 minutes, I will like dilly-dally for those extra 30 minutes instead of like moving on to the next thing. So I do estimate in my Google Cal to be realistic, but then I like planning it out this way. So the first thing is the Q&A answers from the Q&A box yesterday. And then the Plan with Laken annual survey, which I'll talk a little bit more about when we get there. And then the workshop stuff that I talked about. And I'm kind of doing these in priority order, or in like order that I also like to do shorter things first to get a quick win. Like the Q&A, I can immediately do that and get a quick win. It won't take me all that long. It really depends. I haven't checked how many questions there are. It can take me anywhere from like 5 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on how many questions there were. And then same thing with the survey. The workshop is probably the longest chunk, but the most important thing I get to today. And then my communication routine. And then the last thing are the Patreon updates. I would like to work on some of that today, but if I don't get to it, I don't get to it. And then I have one call at 3. And then I actually don't have anything else planned in the evening. This is like one of those random evenings. And I know if you're looking at the date, if you're on Patreon, you're like, wait, but I thought that you rescheduled the co-working to not be tonight. And it's because I had stuff Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I knew I needed tonight to not do anything. So that's why I pushed co-working to next week. So one of the things I will definitely, obviously do tonight is cook dinner at some point. I'm trying to decide actually if I'm gonna put something in the crock pot. Not like the whole meal in the crock pot, but the dinner I was thinking for tonight has chicken involved. And I don't know about you, but I just like cooking raw chicken always just makes me nervous. And I like doing it in the crock pot because I know it's cooked all the way through. And so I kind of want to just stick the chicken in the crock pot, and then I'll use that cooked chicken tonight. But I did also use crock pot yesterday, so it might still be dirty. And then I also need to make sure that I wash my hair so that it can dry overnight and be good to go for all the filming that I'm gonna do tomorrow. All right, in terms of some other personal to-dos. For work, I have a couple of people who finished up coaching, so I need to send out I meant to write week 8, not 8-week email to wrap up one-on-one coaching, which does mean that I have a few open one-on-one coaching spots. If you are interested, if there is a goal that you are starting for the new year, that you need some extra accountability, you need help breaking it down, you need an extra break, whatever it is that you need some extra help on, I would love to chat and see if one-on-one coaching would be a good fit for you. Send me a DM on Instagram with what your goal is that you're thinking, and let's chat and see if it's a good fit. And then I also need to water the plant because I didn't water the plant yesterday. All right, and then that is it. So that is gonna be the plan for today. All right, I took a quick pause in my morning routine to have some breakfast. I was starving, so I just had some eggs. That's basically what I have every day for breakfast. And then I did go ahead and wash the crock pot and put the chicken in the crock pot. I just know it'll be so much easier for tonight. And I also am gonna go ahead and make some chicken salad later today because I think I talked about this during Vlogmas, but instead of going to Trader Joe's, which was my normal grocery process, which by the way, I really wanted to, oh, there's my tattoo because I changed. I really wanted to do like a week in the life vlog where I did my whole like meal planning grocery shopping thing. But when we talked about that on a live in like October, November. I will leave that live linked if I can find it. We talked a lot about meal planning on that live. So if that's something that you have a goal about or you're struggling with, like I would rewatch that live. But, and so I got that idea then. But first off, my process has changed because now I order grocery delivery from Aldi. And part of it is I realized that I had an Instacart benefit with my credit card. I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card. And I realized that there was an Instacart, like you get the membership to Instacart, so you get free delivery. So except for the tip, the delivery is free. And then the prices at Trader Joe's used to just be so much lower than everything else in the city that I could just justify it. And that's not the case anymore. Like the prices have gone up a lot. So we save a lot by doing online shopping at Aldi. And then obviously it saves me a lot of time to not have to go to the store. So my whole process in terms of like meal planning and groceries has changed. And then I'm like, also, if I film that video right now, we are literally moving 6 weeks from today. My whole process is gonna change when I get to Chicago. I know I've talked about this in a few places, but not in a vlog because I haven't vlogged since we got our apartment. We did officially get an apartment in New York City. Oh my gosh, that's wrong. In Chicago, and it's fantastic. We're living in Lakeview. That's the neighborhood we're living in. And the neighborhood, like the part of the neighborhood that we live in, we are within walking distance of grocery stores. Like we can live basically the same life we live now in New York City. However, my mom does have a car, and she is retired and goes grocery shopping basically it feels like every single day. She calls it her European lifestyle, where she plans what she wants for dinner that day and then goes grocery shopping that day and comes home and cooks it. Again, she's retired. So she is like, I can pick you up and we can go to the grocery store and then I can drop you back off. And I'm like, this is gonna be great. Now, I've never been the kind of person to go to multiple grocery stores to find like where everything is the least expensive. I don't know if you've ever heard someone talk about this, but like I think it is like the Walmart theory is that stores will price where they're like a third lower than all their competitors for some stuff. A third of it is like exactly the same, and then a third of it is more expensive. But because you don't want to take the time to shop at multiple stores, you just go to one and it ends up balancing itself out. But if you do shop around and go get like the third that's the least expensive at like each of the stores, you can save a lot of money. I also have never been an adult with a car. I mean, I had a car for part of the time I was in college, but I lived in my sorority house all of college, so I never had a kitchen. I wasn't cooking. Ever since I've lived as an adult cooking, I've never had a car. So I would never even fathom like grocery shopping in multiple stores. I always went to the grocery store that was the closest or the least expensive and like called it a day. Anyways, my mom is like, I know which stores have the least expensive like milk, and this milk is a bad example because we don't get milk regularly, but like eggs and like this specific thing. And she's like, I know which one when my coffee is going to be on sale and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know that if I will actually do that with her, but I do think I at least will do Costco, which I used to do when we lived in the Upper East Side here in the city. I did go to Costco, the one in the Upper East Side, and get some stuff. Now, I couldn't get a ton of stuff because we still didn't have space to store a ton of stuff, but I did enjoy getting some stuff at Costco. So we will go to Costco. So it'll probably be at least like Costco and Aldi, or Costco and Jewel, which is the main grocery store in Chicagoland. Anyways, the chicken's in the crock pot, and I don't know that I'm gonna do a meal planning grocery video anytime soon because it's about to change. Wow. I don't know how I just spent that many minutes talking about this topic. Where was I going? Okay, I went ahead and put my workout clothes on, even though I'm not ready yet to work out. This is like my second cup of coffee. But I put on my workout clothes because I know that it will motivate me to do it. And I'm also starting a new program today, which I was planning to tell you more about. I will tell you about it when I do it. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do some work first. So I got dressed. I'm gonna do the Instagram Q&A in my workout clothes, and then I'm gonna sit here and do some work. And then once this coffee is gone, I will get up and work out. Also, because I told you I was gonna tell you about it. So this is my goal tracker. If you didn't watch my goal video for January, I did create this myself. No, it is not available yet. Patreon information coming soon. But this is the tracker that I made for myself. My monthly stuff, going great. Done it all, check, check, check. Weekly stuff, it's going pretty well. I fell off a little bit last week with working out, which is one of the reasons why I plan to change it up a little bit this week. I also had some other things pop up. So feeling pretty good about that. Everything here is going decently. Water, not as great as I would like it to be, but I do know that I'm still drinking more than I was before, even if I'm not hitting the goal that I wanted to be hitting. Sleep, it's like, why did I even put this on here? So like I said, again, on paper, my goals do look like they are going well. I don't feel the same excitement I normally do. If you've watched any of my vlogs, this is probably not gonna surprise you. I haven't worked out yet. This always happens when I postpone it. I always continue to put it off, and it's not helpful for anybody. Anyways, I got a bunch of work stuff done though. I got my 8-week email done. I did the Q&A. I did
all the stuff for the workshop that I can do so far. And then I also went ahead and created the survey. I also did part of the communication routine. Let me quickly tell you about the survey because that is important. I do this every single year. This is a pretty like common thing that business owners will do. If you follow somebody on social media who like runs business, keep an eye out, or if you're on their email list, that's a really common place to get it as well. It's essentially just an overarching annual survey to help me get to know you better, to help get to know what your struggles are, where you're at in your goal setting journey, what kind of support you would like to see. All kinds of questions are on there, and it kind of differs based on whether you're a member of the Patreon community or not. But as of the time this video goes live, the survey will be live. I'll leave it linked down below. I would very much appreciate if you would answer the questions. I'm also gonna post it. I'm gonna send an email, I'm gonna post it on Patreon, I'm gonna post it on Instagram, so you may have seen it in other places. I don't need you to do it more than once. There's not a separate YouTube one, but I wanna make sure that I mention it here in this video, that I would greatly appreciate if you would take it. It should not take you more than 5 minutes to answer those questions so that I can help you in the best way possible over the course of the rest of the year. Here's the check-in. It's about 1:30 and I'm hungry, like I'm ready for lunch. So I'm gonna take a break and have some lunch, and then probably, I'm looking at this list about like what I want to try and squeeze in, because I feel like, so it's 1:30, and if I eat lunch and kind of actually take a break, I'm trying to also be better about that, about actually taking a lunch break. I don't think I have time to squeeze in a workout before this 3 o'clock call, or if I did, I would be like sweaty. So I think my goal, here's my goal here. Actually, I might check on the chicken. No, there's no way. What time did I put that chicken in? There's no way it's done, because they were massive chicken breasts. Okay, I was gonna say maybe I'll take this break to like do the chicken and stuff, but that's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna eat some lunch and take a break, and then do maybe a couple more things, or try to get through a couple more steps of my communication routine. This call at 3, as soon as this call at 3 is over, I'm gonna get up off my butt and do my workout. I'm gonna do it and then check it off. And then my reward is gonna be like actually taking a bath instead of just taking a shower. I'm gonna get to take a full long break and take a bath. And then what I probably will do, because I just have been loving this, especially when it gets dark. Like by the time I'm done with all that, it's gonna be dark outside. So like, what's the point of sitting in my office when it's dark? I'm gonna go sit on the couch and I'm gonna work on the couch. I got in a really big habit of that during like Christmas, when the Christmas tree was out there. But when it's dark, I might as well sit out there. It's nice just to like work in a different environment. So that will be my reward for working out, and then I'll work on the rest of the stuff from the couch. This is why I don't work out in the afternoon. I'm done. I have no energy. It's not happening. I sat here and did more work. It's 4:15 now. But I got everything done except the Patreon stuff, which I kind of knew that was a possibility that it wouldn't happen, which is fine. So but I need to break a break to break. Clearly, I need to be out of this office right now. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take 5. So let me tell you, because the truth is I'm not gonna do it today, but let me tell you about the new program I was gonna start today. Truthfully, I was gonna start it yesterday on Monday, so that I could actually follow it like this. You've heard me talk about Justina before. She's a friend of mine. She has a YouTube channel. She was in the dance company with me, and she is a nutrition coach, a personal trainer, and then also does workout classes, fitness classes, both online and some sprinkled out in person. And I was a member of her program for a while, especially when we were all staying at home. It was a great way for me to take virtual classes. And then when I started dancing again, I stopped being a member of her program because I felt like dance combined with the Peloton was enough. Well, I'm bored with the Peloton, frankly. Like, I'm bored with I'm just bored. And I needed to change something up. And she released a new option where it doesn't include the live classes. It's just all of her on-demand stuff. And then it also comes with these programs where you can like follow a schedule and check it off, which was one of the things I used to love the most about Beachbody, was like being able to print this out and check it off. Now, here's the truth. I'm already off. And so what I'm trying to decide is, do I like wait till next Monday, which is like, that is so silly. That's such a silly thing to do. Or do I just start it like, and just like keep going, right? Like tomorrow is day 1. And then if I miss a day, I miss a day, and just like keep going. And it's probably gonna take me more than 28 days. So maybe what I'll try to do is just do them all before we leave. I don't know. You know, I have been in a funk with fitness. I've been all kinds of things. I don't know if this vlog is gonna be helpful at all, or it's just literally me like rambling and confused. So I am gonna put on a song. I'm gonna tidy up this office really quickly, and then I'm going to go take a bath and wash my hair. Because, oh yeah, also, I didn't turn the crock pot on. I put the chicken in the crock pot and didn't turn it on, and then I went in there to check on it and it was not on. So that also happened today. All right, my bath was amazing. Also, everything is a mess right now. I tried to start packing. Actually, maybe I'll take you to the living room and show you that. Before that, bath was amazing. I love feeling, like I love the feeling of clean hair. I just feel like $1,000,000. I went ahead and put my pajamas on because why not? And I was gonna take you into the kitchen to show you what I was doing for dinner, but Sam is still on a call. And if you've watched vlogs before, the kitchen is right outside of Sam's office, and their doors are not thick enough for me to vlog and for him not to be able to hear me or you not to be able to hear him. And so I'm not gonna bother him with that. I will leave the recipe that I use linked down below. It's one of the like 20-minute meals that I got from one of the YouTube channels I watch. It's tortellini chicken, broccoli, and then like cream cheese, milk, and shredded mozzarella to like make the sauce. It's very simple and very easy. But let me show you the packing so far. I mean, truthfully, you probably can still hear Sam out here, but here's the stack of boxes that we have so far. Most of it is stuff that was sent directly to us as wedding gifts. The Christmas stuff, my summer clothes. I'm trying to think what else I went ahead and packed. Like, I can't do too much. I'm at the point right now where I'm ready to like start taking things off the walls like this, but I also don't want our apartment to feel, depressing for the next 6 weeks. So this is what we've got so far, but I definitely still want to keep making progress on it and not trying to like cram it all in. Obviously there's going to be stuff we have to do the last weekend before we leave, but I'd like that to be a minimal number. And then these are just pictures that were hanging in our old apartment that we didn't have room for. There's some big boxes back here, and this was from the kitchen. I did kind of take apart the kitchen already, if I'm being honest. And then I've done some stuff over here, mostly because of the leak that we had in our apartment, but they still haven't finished fixing really at all. Look at this. So the thing that was in the corner got all wet, so I got rid of that and just put that stuff here and here. I'm about to just like pack up and put it in a box, frankly. Like, do I need, well, maybe I'll put it in a box but leave it open, like the yoga mats and stuff and the workout stuff, because I do still want that for the next 6 weeks, but not like, I don't know. Now I'm rambly. And then this is my like color coordinating. I did this for our last move and it was the absolute best. Like, I'm so glad that I did that. And then this, the other room that I kind of did, okay, I'll tell you the story with my face instead of you staring at the TV stand. The other room that I kind of messed with and didn't necessarily pack everything, but kind of like got rid of the stuff I could get rid of and like started packing it, is the bedroom, and like especially the stuff in the closet. Oh, one of these boxes is my ski stuff, which I haven't been skiing in years, literal years. But the ski stuff used to live in Charlie's carrier, so I took the ski stuff out and put it in a box so that her carrier is ready to go for her. And then that's where like the Christmas stuff was in that closet, and then the TV stand was also in that closet, and I pulled it out and put it next to the TV because we are gonna need that when we first move. Eventually I think we will get the TV mounted, but I think for now, even like now when I look at this, now this living room is a little bit different because I'm very close to the TV, but like we could have kept the TV on the mount and put it on this table, right? But we mounted the TV before we got this table. That's not gonna be the case in our new apartment. I'm gonna take the table and then have the TV on the stand on the table just until we decide what to do about it. That's gonna be my temporary solution. Although I'm not gonna have anywhere to sit because we're not taking this couch. And I think I've said this in a few places, but we're not taking most of the furniture. Most of the furniture in this apartment, either I had when I first moved to New York, like my bed, my mattress, oh my gosh, like that, I probably should have retired that a long time ago, but that's not going. And then some of the stuff we bought when Sam moved in with me, so that was almost 5 years ago. So like this couch is 5 years old. And then a lot of the stuff in this apartment we did buy like specifically to fit in this apartment, and so we just bought inexpensive stuff, and it's just not worth the cost of moving it. And we likely are gonna want different sized stuff anyway. Like even like my dresser is fine, but I want a different size and shape dresser in our new place, so I'm just not gonna pay to take this. I don't know, it was not that expensive of a dresser. So yeah, basically it's that table under the TV, the Peloton, the TVs, and then Sam's office chair. Otherwise, it's pretty much just boxes, which is, there's still a lot. Like I'm still like, we have so much stuff. Even though we're getting rid of stuff, like we still have so much stuff. So packing and moving are just not my favorite things. All right, it's about 8 o'clock. Dinner was fantastic. Again, I'll leave that recipe link down below if you want to try it. We've been trying to avoid like tomatoes and red sauce based meals. So I have been trying to find new things, and that one has been a winner. And then Sam came out here after his call, and he ate, and we watched The Good Place together for a little bit, and which is the show that we're watching together right now. We always try to have a show that we're watching together, and then I also usually have like my own show in the background. Actually, I would love to know, will you leave a comment with like the best TV show you've watched lately? Even if it's something that's old, like The Good Place. I mean, that is not anytime recent, but we are just now watching it for the first time. I would love to hear, because I feel like we need to find some new shows. I also personally need to find some new shows, because right now I'm rewatching Bones for like the who knows what time. Anyways, and now I think, so we watched like an episode or two, just kind of relaxed. And now I think we're both gonna grab our laptops and keep watching, but like do a little bit of work. It's the life of two business owners. And that's gonna be it for our day. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out the vlog here so I can get this footage started to upload for my editor. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. But I did not do that correctly. That's not even right. That's not the right word. Instagram with what your wanna